Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause, and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. It is not a game, it is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the paint. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch.
Hopefully EA will give us a good connection and we can play. Shit.
With the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in Athens. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. That pass caught, it's Williams. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Henderson running straight ahead. Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, back to Henderson. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Brissett eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here comes the Lions punter now. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Once again, it's Swift. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Brissett now. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of him.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. This is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
To dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
And complete to Drake London.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here comes Dobbins on the toss right.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Falcons at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Falcons post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Good play. I don't know why my safety didn't come over, but good catch. Madden broke, but it's all good. Good play.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Because I figured that's where you were going, but, you know, they didn't play their zone. I mean, Madden, they got to do something about that.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go play action with Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just have to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The 22 more yards there and another first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield now. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Play fake, Brissett. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Ridley here. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slam.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Falcons are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it is 28-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
I got to get a QB1. I got QB3s.
Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. Rashad Fenton, the one to bring him down.
I'll look at it.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Take the fun away from me. So I'm in only two leagues and shit. I only got time for like 2 leagues. And the other one I'm in, it's got like a bunch of old heads in it, like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. This shit cool, but I mean, I ain't going nowhere, but I just ain't really been into it. But I do need a quarterback.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
Oh, good move. And he'll bring it up here to
right. The reason I play because I love the game of football. Because I played ball, played a little pro. My son played ball, so my youngest son playing baseball now. So, I play because this is my little getaway and shit. And all that other extra shit they be doing, and I ain't feeling that shit no more. I'm too old for that shit, bro. Not saying I'm old, but it's enough is enough, bro.
First and 10, it's Dobbins.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Yeah, man, making me don't even care about playing no more. Win or lose in this league. I'm like, I'm just running plays. It's all good. And my schedule 5 this year, too, but I'm like, dude, they taking away from the game with the bullshit, man. But, hey.
Mayfield off the play fake.
I ain't dropping deep enough over there. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? They take away from the fun from the shit. So you be like, all right, whatever.
So, Drake London with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
But I'm gonna look at Desmond Ritter, though. I'm gonna check him out.
Touchdown lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Koo able to connect on the extra point.
Yeah, I know he got some wheels. I remember him in college in Cincinnati. Yeah, I remember he was playing with Cincinnati. That's when they had that 5 team.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go,
That's when,
and they kick it away.
That's when my boys played them. Bama played them, and Bama schemed them. Bama schemed the shit out of them. But if I believe they played them straight up, it'd have been kind of tough. But because that team was talented as hell, man. But Bama schemed them. They stayed away from Sauce. And they kept attacking the nickel corner. They kept attacking the nickel. So.
Ready to kick off their next
the Sauce
drive.
a beast right now in the NFL. He's doing some shit, man. Yeah, man.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
No doubt.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Yeah, man.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front.
I like the Giants in real life. I like the Giants, but I'm a Lions fan, and that's just me, man. I'm the type of person. If I stick with a team, if I get with a team, I ain't gonna flip flop. And this been since '88. This been since '88. So you know, it's like a hobby because you can't control that shit for real. You know, these niggas probably throwing these games and shit. You just do what you do, you know. But we can't control that shit. But it is what it is.
Be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Set up the screen to Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back
He
at the
built them boys up too, man.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down.
They had some gaps.
They completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
They had
Here
some
comes
gaps.
the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Yeah. Damn, that lane. They gave him the lane. That's clip, yo. That man clipping my guy. 37.
Possession here on the punt. And
Like,
it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
and what's funny was he was trying to block 37. 37 was trying to block 37. That's crazy. Yeah.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same.
Man,
like
been terrible with the connections at first, but I believe that patch did a little something for it. And then if we just send it at the same time, send invites at the same time, it looked like do a little something. Hopefully.
On 2nd down, with Dobbins. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back
that should have been a fumble,
for that
fam.
being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose
I thought the play was over.
Exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, probably so.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
Got crack block. Chopped him down.
J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it is 42-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Brissett.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
125 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
First down, Mayfield. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Koo now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mayfield on play action. Sliding out of the pocket. He completes it to Ridley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems...
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Falcons are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
Now this one was over
Madden
a while
got to get
ago.
them zones fixed, man. They don't even play the zones. They playing the ball. If a receiver going to your zone, that's where you're supposed to go. They don't react to the ball is in the air. They ain't want to go. No, you're supposed to react to a man coming into your zone.
Set now to
They
kick
gotta
this
fix
one
that.
away, and off it goes.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Brissett.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Hard to believe this guy was watching us from his living room last week. Now he's under center here for an NFL team.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previously in this guy, and now he has a chance to prove it with us.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Up the middle, Johnson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
I haven't been a defensive coordinator yet. The thing 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
19, we're good. 19, we're good. Get in the right room.
From the 36, Brissett. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw is Brissett. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
45. Mike, 45. Hey, check. Pick it up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball.
So for Atlanta, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. 6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.